you have an online or in-person interview?
I had online interview.
Okay. Um, so I was your second time. But for your first and second, both of your interviews were conducted by offline,
Uh, what
online
kind
rather.
of, what kind of interview do you mean? Because in embassy, every student, every participant have to take an interview in embassy.
That's right. But because of the COVID, did you have an online interview when
Yeah, I
you
had
on your
online.
second try?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And how many interviewers are there?
There were three male persons, which two of them were Koreans, and one of them, I suppose he was Russian, but he spoke English to me.
Oh, okay. But did he look Russian to you?
Yeah, taking account his accent, I think he was Russian.
Okay. Was he Asian or was
No,
he Caucasian? Caucasian? Okay. And were you the only interviewee?
I was the only one. It was Zoom conference, and I was the only one there.
Okay. And how long was the interview?
Not really long, about 10 minutes or less.
Okay, that was pretty short. And how was the atmosphere during the interview?
It was just the usual atmosphere, nothing, they didn't impress me, and their questions were quite predictable, I suppose. And as for me, as I can judge, they looked like they don't really know what to ask sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had faces like, what should we ask
Oh,
now? And questions were not really hard.
okay. So simple questions about you.
Predictable questions. You can think about these questions before taking interview.
Okay, so do you remember some interview questions you received?
Yeah, first of all, they asked me why did I choose this major, and why did I change my specialization, and they also asked me what I would like to do after graduation, like what occupation I want to get. And also they asked me about my first experience visiting Korea, like did I had some problems living in Korea. They also asked me that since I was working in Cotrol, which is quite prestigious company in Korea, they asked
Mhm.
me would I regret if I quit it and continue my studies. And I said that it's okay. I'm ready to quit my job to continue my studies.
Okay.
So about oh yeah, and one question was about my language skills, that in topic I had the lowest score in reading, oh no, in writing.
Mhm.
And they asked me that I will have to write my thesis in Korean, but writing was my weakest side, my weakest skill.
Yes. Mhm.
So how am I planning to write my thesis? Yeah, I said,
Don't you have,
yeah.
can you also write your dissertation in English?
Uh, I don't know yet. We should discuss it with the professor at our department. But on
Right.
their curriculum, it is written that I have write it in Korean.
Oh, I see. And you said you changed your major for your master's. So what did you do for your bachelor's?
It was at first it was not bachelor's, it was specialist. In Russia, we have master, something between bachelor and master degree, which is called specialist, and you have studied there at least for 5 years. And it was translation and interpreting from Russian to Korean and Korean to Russian.
Okay. But what made you change your major for your master's?
I just tried to work as an interpreter for several times, and I received that that's not what I actually want to do. And I tried to find something modern, something, some profession which is in a demand nowadays. And I also wanted to create something by myself, but you know, translator or interpreter is a person who just translate others' idea, others person's idea to to people. But I really wanted to do something for myself, create something myself, to express my own ideas, and that's why I decided to change specialization.
I see. And what are some tips takes in interview? Can you share any ideas?
I don't know, actually there's no tips. If you're worried, you're just worried. It's just like when someone is crying, you say stop crying, but you can just stop crying. All people, of course, would be stressed and will be very, very in a high tension while taking interview. And I suppose that interviewers know about that. So don't be afraid to show that you are worrying. Just don't worry too much. And about the questions, just always say what you think, be honest, and be who you are. This is the best tip. Yeah, be yourself.
Right. Good tips. And now let's talk about entry to South Korea and self-quarantine and life in Korea. So you said you had to apply for your visa in Irkutsk. Irkutsk? How am I supposed to pronounce it?
Irkutsk.
Irkutsk.
Yeah.
Which is how many hours away from Moscow?
From Moscow, I'm
By
not
flight?
sure, maybe 5 or 6 hours.
Well, that's quite a long time.
Yeah.
Quite a long flight. But yeah. But as far as I know, there's only one embassy in one foreign country.
Yeah.
So the one you went there was probably a Korean consulate in
Yeah.
Irkutsk, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it's quite surprising to me that because you're not registered in Moscow,
Yeah.
you had to travel all the way to Irkutsk to get your visa, right?
Yeah.
All right. How long did it take to receive a visa?
It was quite fast, about 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
And how much did it cost to arrive in Korea in US dollar?
For me, it costs almost nothing because, you know, an ID provide everything for you. And I only had to take COVID test, PCR test in the airport. And since I wanted to get results very fast, I have chosen the most expensive option, which is the result was ready in 30 minutes, but it costed me about like $70.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. But did Keimyung University buy a plane ticket for you?
Yes, they bought us plane ticket. They also paid for our quarantine in Daejeon. I had quarantine in Daejeon, and they also prepared a transfer from Incheon International Airport to Daejeon, to the place of quarantine. So for the first days in Korea, I spent no money at all.
That's good. Did they provide you with a shuttle from Incheon to Daegu?
Yes, yes, it was shuttle.
All right. And what are must-bring items to Korea?
Um, Actually, there's absolutely no things you can't find in Korea, I suppose. You can even find some traditional food, of your country. There's really a lot of cuisines in Korea. My advice would be to take some necessary medicines. If you take some medicines on a regular basis, like maybe high blood pressure medicines, or as in my case, I have asthma. So I took all the inhalators with brought it with me. Or maybe, sometimes you have some problem which can be easily solved by some antibiotics. So you should bring it with you, because, in Korea, it's very hard to buy some medicines. And if in your country, you can easily buy something in drugstore, but in Korea, this will not work out. You should first go to doctor, just to see a doctor, get a receipt, and this receipt you can buy some medicines in drugstore. But visiting doctor may be quite expensive in Korea, and if you sure that you have some medicines you need here, you better bring it with you.
So to study in Korea, dreamers should definitely bring some medicine they take on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Something they cannot find in Korea, right? Or something
Maybe you can find it in Korea, but you first have to find a doctor who will prove your diagnosis, who will
they don't want to go through all the process, right?
Yeah. If you know what exact medicine you need, you better bring it with you.
Okay, good. And you say you self-quarantined in Daegu. Where did you self-quarantine?
Self-quarantine was in Daejeon.
Oh, sorry, Daejeon. Sorry, not Daegu, Daejeon, which is a different city.
Yeah.
It's very confusing. Even for Koreans, Daejeon, Daegu, sounds similar to me, but definitely it's far away from each other.
Yeah,
And
it's
Daejeon,
quite.
yeah, but Daejeon, where in Daejeon?
It was one room apartment.
Yeah.
Nothing special.
Did Keimyung University find it for you?
I guess yes, because manager from Keimyung University contacted us all the time, and she gave us all the information about quarantine and where should we go for the quarantine. Yeah, I suppose Keimyung University dealt with the quarantine.
Okay, so when you arrived in Korea, and when you got out of the international airport, was the driver waiting for you? So did he know where you should go back then?
It actually was a quite confusing situation. I don't know why, but when we arrived, we had to wait like about 3 or 4 hours in airport. First, we waited in airport, then they collected us to the shuttle. And we came to some parking place near the Incheon and waited there about 2 or 3 hours. And then we collected some other students.
Oh.
And then we came to the place of the quarantine. So it was a little bit very annoying to wait for so long time.
No, because you must have been really tired from the long flight.
Yeah, but there were only 3. I can understand because there were only 3 students. So it would be very inconvenient to take us separately. So we waited for some other students from other countries and came all together to the quarantine place. But they did not provide us no food, no water or something like that. We just were waiting on the parking place. And it was quite hard because it was hot because it was August.
All right. Yeah,
So it was
Korean summer. It's annoying.
Yeah,
the
so
humidity is very high.
First impression was quite disappointing, because of the situation.
Why am I here?
Yeah, why should I wait for so long here?
But is it worth now?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I'm very happy here now.
Good to hear. Yeah. And how long did you self-quarantine?
Then there were rules that everyone who arrived to Korea have to take 2 weeks quarantine.
14 days?
Yeah, 14 days. So I was isolated for 14 days.
Oh, okay. But the applicants now, once they pass the GKS selection and they become a GKS scholar, then probably they don't have to go through the quarantine process, right? So for those who are vaccinated completely, don't have to do the self quarantine now. So hopefully,
I think it
in
depends on the country because, for example, in
September.
Russia, you cannot you cannot get vaccine which is approved by
WHO.
yeah, because we can receive only Russian vaccine.
Vaccine. Okay.
Yeah, so maybe students from Russia will have to take quarantine.
Okay, so they have to check their the regulations.
Yeah, of course, before.
Yeah. So in August, they might have new regulations to follow. So
Yes, I hope they will they will say that quarantine is not necessary anymore.
for all
For all
international
the
students, right?
because
Yeah, fingers crossed. And and how was the quarantine?
14 days, 14 days.
How was the quarantine? Was it
How was the
boring?
quarantine? Yeah, of course, it was quite boring because we had television, but it was mostly Korean programs. And
No Netflix? Nothing? No Netflix or anything?
there was Wi-Fi, so if you have laptop or iPad or smartphone, you can easily find anything you want to watch or to read something. And maybe I would advise to take some hobbies with you, maybe some paints or paper to draw, or maybe something to knit. Maybe, I don't know, because it's
Well, what
quite
did you do?
boring for
Well, what
14
did you
days.
bring? What did you bring? And what did you do
I
there?
bring, I'm not sure how you call this in English or in Korean, but it's like,
Sewing kit? Sewing?
crossing,
Did you
crossing. You have needle and
Oh,
the thread, and you do it like this,
okay.
crossing things.
You did some sewing, I think. You made
Yeah,
something, right? Yeah.
I guess that is, yeah.
All right. Um, and how was the food? The quarantine meal?
Food was quite all right, but since I'm not from Asian country, I'm not really used to eat rice every day.
Okay.
And I really wanted something else. So in most cases, I just did not eat rice and eat like panchan and the main dish, like meat or something like that. Yeah, but rice was very, I don't know how to say this.
Were you tired of it?
Too much rice for me.
Too much rice for you? Okay. How did you throw away all of them?
We collect all this in this
Plastic
in the
bag?
freezer. Yeah,
Freezer?
in back freezer, and then I don't know. We just left the room, and I don't know what did they do with it
Oh,
later.
okay, did you just leave it in the freezer?
Yeah, all the food we did not eat. We just left in the freezer and left.
You don't know what happened to them.
Just because they told us to do, though, not because I am such a bad person who left it all to
Okay.
decide for the helping
Okay,
persons.
okay. I know you're a good person, so don't worry. And how's South Korea treating you so far?
It's everything all right. I so far had no situations when I was treated bad or maybe someone said something unpleasant to me. Yeah, everything is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I hope the first experience you had when you arrived in Korea did not, I hope it doesn't affect you in a bad way. That you had to wait for other GK scholars from other countries for so
Yeah.
long.
No, no, it was like, flight from Moscow to Korea took us 8 hours. And waiting for 4 more hours was very hard. So, but I completely understand why they did so. So that's okay.
Why were you? I would have left Korea right away.
No.
Yeah, I would have bought a plane ticket back to Russia and then left the country. Oh, it's over.
No, I did too much to get to come here, so it would be not
Your
very good
patience,
decision to
your
let to left the country right after the arriving.
your patience paid off then.
Yes.
Good. And is your monthly allowance enough to live in Korea?
I would say no, because it accurately enough for paying for your dormitory if it's not very expensive, or maybe to find one room and only to buy food, and that's it. But of course, we all live in beans. We want to buy some new clothes. We want to buy, I don't know,
Cosmetics?
not usual meal, but something delicious like pizza or something, or chicken. And we
Right.
all would like to have fun, to go hang out with friends. And unfortunately, monthly fee with money we receive every month is not enough for that.
Mhm. But if you have a topic level 5 or above, then you can get an extra 100,000 Korean won every month.
Yeah, but you receive it only when you are on your master's degree. When you are on your language course, you will not receive this money.
Okay. So you're still doing your Korean language program, right?
I'm still in Korean language courses.
Okay. And you have a topic level 4
Now I
now?
have level 5.
Level 5. Then
Yeah, now I have level 5. I applied
with
with level 4, but I take topic exam in January, and now I receive 5.
did you receive in January?
Yeah, level 5.
Then 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 didn't you go directly to Ewha Womans University?
No, because this year there was some problem with the topic results. They were released a little bit too late. And all the students who took topic in January, and because NID paid only for January's topic, all those students were not able to go to main universities, and they had to continue language courses.
Okay.
So as I.
Oh, so if the results came out a little faster, like in December last year, then you would have studied
Yeah, my friends
in March
who.
this year.
Yeah, my friends who took topic in November, they all just started their study
There's
in
degree
their main.
programs.
Yeah, but those who did not paid additional money for themselves to take topic, who waited for January topic, all are still in taking their language course.
Okay. Is it okay for you to study another 6 months?
No, I am my first semester. In first semester, I took level 6 course, and the next semester I took level plus course, and now I'm taking 6 plus level once again, and next semester I'm going to take 6 plus level once again. It's like a little bit boring for me, but I don't know, maybe I have just more time to get myself prepared for my master studies.
So these days, are you doing your research about your master's? by yourself?
No,
No.
they
Okay.
just Ewha University just sent me an email if I'm ready to start my studies
Program.
in
Mhm.
the March. Yeah, and I said that I still have no topic 5, and they said that all students who still didn't receive topic 5 will start studies from the September, from the autumn semester, fall semester.
Okay. Let's talk about Korean language study program. Now, how far is Keimyung University away from Seoul?
I'm not really sure because I have no experience of coming to Seoul from Daegu so far, but as far as I heard, about 3 or 4 hours on KTX.
Okay. But have you not traveled to Seoul
Not
yet?
yet, because I decided to live in one room, so my monthly stipend will not cover such trips.
Oh, okay. Living on your own is quite
Yeah, it's much more.
expensive, right?
Yeah.
And how is the language program at Keimyung University?
Um, language program is quite good because I cannot judge because I was only at 6th level, but
Okay.
I have a lot of friends who took a course from the level 1st or level 2 till 5 or 6, and the most students after accomplishing the course in Keimyung universities, the majority of them receive level 5 at topic. So I suppose very, very decent level of teaching here.
Okay.
Yeah,
How are the teachers there?
they're very nice, like very polite and kind, and very treats us well. So
Mhm.
yeah, everything is good.
That's good. But what's sad for you is there's no the higher level classes topics. You said level 6 plus,
Yeah,
but there's no 7 or 8.
yeah, only 6 plus.
Okay. So you're saying is I mastered all the materials.
Not really, because just they don't have a special curriculum for 6 plus, and every time teachers have to think themselves what should they give us, what information should they give us. So I don't know, this may be just a little bit weak side of the Keimyung University, because I see how teachers struggle themselves because they don't know what to tell us during the classes.
Okay.
So yeah.
How many students are there in your classroom?
This time, since I described to you the situation with all those students who received topic 5 or higher, they were not able to start their studies in main university, their master's
Yeah.
studies
Masters or PhD?
or
Okay.
PhD. Yeah, so there are quite a lot of students for in this semester. We have 10 people. 10
10
persons.
people, 10 in your classroom?
Yeah, but I heard from other students that there are so many students for 6 plus, so usually there is no 6 plus group. Students have to take 6 level once again, but this time I have managed to take 6 plus course twice, so I think that's because of JKS students this year.
I see. So in your classroom, you just do mostly discussion in Korean?
This semester, our teacher suggested us to do debates. So we do
Okay,
debates a lot.
I see. And your Korean is quite fluent. What are some tips to improve Korean?
Mm, I would say that speaking is the main important part of acquiring good skills in Korean, because you can, no matter how many grammar you learn, how many words you know, how many writing you practice or reading you practice, it will not be helpful if you don't speak. And if you have no Korean friends to practice your speaking, you should practice your speaking skills with your foreign friends who also study Korean, because this is the best way to become fluent in Korean.
How did you pick up Korean quite fast? When did you start studying it?
Oh, I'm studying it quite for a long time, but I am a lazy learner, so my my progress is not very good. I have like I started studying Korean at the first grade of my bachelor degree. It was 2015. So
Did you have
yeah,
a Korean
almost.
friend back then?
Yeah, I had few friends. Have few friends.
And what motivated you to study Korean?
What?
What motivated you to study Korean?
I don't know. Just
Like
I
K-pop, K-drama, anything?
liked Asian culture, and first I was thinking about Japanese language because I love
Mhm.
Japanese animation a lot. So, but I decided that that what do they say, that like hanja,
Hanja, kanji? Yeah.
hanji yeah,
Chi
this will
yeah,
be,
Chinese characters.
yeah, it will be very difficult for me to learn. And I also liked, yeah, K-pop and K-dramas, and so I
Oh,
decided that learning Korean will be a good decision for me, better decision for me than Chinese or Japanese.
okay, that's good. And last two more questions. What are your plans after finishing your master's program?
I don't know, I didn't 100% sure about my future for now, but I suppose I would like to try to find a job in Korean company and get an experience of working abroad and working in Korean company. But I don't think I would like do it like forever. I think I would like to learn something new and try something new after getting this experience.
Would you like to do your PhD in a different country?
I don't know. I'm not sure about PhD. PhD is too much for me, but maybe some additional courses or about acquiring some new skills.
All right. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't have to worry about what hasn't come yet, right? Yeah.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, these days, I don't know, after going through the COVID situation, I feel like you don't have to worry too much about something that hasn't happened yet. You just have to go with the flow and
Yeah, of
see what we
course.
can do. Yeah. Yeah, always
Because
have to
my
in the
friend
moment.
uh, was accepted by Korea University in logistics department, but due to the latest situation, all the logistics just stopped, and
Right.
now she doesn't know what she's going
What
to
to
do.
do.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen, so
yeah,
I
right.
guess we should be in the moment. We should be grateful. We should be grateful for what we have now, yeah, and
Yeah, right.
see what happens later. All right, and would you please say a few encouraging words to our studying Korea dreamers?
Mm, I would say that you should always believe in yourself, and if you want something, you will definitely get it. And just you should not hurry. Just take your time. If you fail this year, you have 1 year to get new experience, to acquire some new skills, to learn something new, to become a better candidate. And maybe next year you will be lucky to receive, to be accepted to the university you want. And even if next year you failed as well, you have 1 more year. So just take your time and do everything you can do to achieve your goals.
Mhm. Well, you proved it, so I'm sure people watching our video now can definitely believe what you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're the one who experienced the process 2 times.
Yeah.
All right, so be patient and do your best.
Yeah. Right.
Slow and steady wins the race, definitely. But most people are not patient enough to go through the process, so um, they give up. But yeah, but being tenacious, I think, is the most important factor to succeed in your goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
You
want
pro
something
Mhm.
really bad, you will get it, and you will be ready to wait for years for it, I
Right.
suppose.
No matter how much time it will
Yeah.
take. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for today, Maria.
Yeah. Thank you very much
I
for having
appreciate
me.
your time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Although you did not know me when you're applying for GKS, I'm so happy to hear from you that you would like to have an interview with me.
Yeah. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to tell everyone about my experience.
Yeah. Well, what made you accept my offer?
Actually, you had an interview with my friend, very close friend, and I asked her first, like, can I trust this person? Is it all right? And she said, yes, that's okay. Everything was good, and I decided, why not? Maybe
Does she happen to be Becky? Becky
she's
from
Maria.
Canada?
Maria is me from Russia, my
Oh,
friend.
Marie.
Maria, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very actually Marie, and you are Maria, right?
Like in Russian, it is Maria,
You
but
Maria.
I'm Maria, and the second Maria is Maria as well. Just it is easier to pronounce for foreigners to say Mary. It's
Okay.
quite the same name, so maybe sometimes we can say my name is Mary because it's actually the same.
Same spelling?
Spelling is different because like Mary is like European or American style of the
Okay.
same name, like Maria. In Russian, it's Maria.
I see. It's still confusing to me, but anyway.
Just don't bother. Don't think about it too
Well,
much.
she said to call her Mary. So
Mary, because
I
it's
called
like
her,
European style, European style.
I called her Mary.
Yeah,
But
that,
you yeah, you said you wrote your name in English, Maria. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
why I called you Maria. Is it okay to call you
Is it
Maria?
okay? Of course, of course. Just I called her Maria because we communicate in Russian, and in Russian she's Maria. So I get used to call her like that.
Okay. She recommended uh, the interview. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then many thanks to the other Maria.
Yeah. Thank for
Yeah,
her.
yeah. I'll personally message her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she said I'm a trustworthy person, so don't worry too.
Yeah, just as a lot of girls, I suppose, I receive a lot of DMs from very different persons. So I usually do not respond to them. And
Do you get messages from like people who want to apply for GKS?
very different messages. And about JKS as well, but so it was just my habit not to answer the DMs because too many people I don't know, but you just commented one of my photos, and I said, wow, if this person really wants to to communicate with me, I will check, and checked and read all what you wrote to me, and I just checked your channel and find my friend there, and wow, like this person doing something interesting, I suppose. Then yeah, I
Did you
asked my
check my
friend.
Instagram and my YouTube channel as well?
Yeah, first I checked your channel. I found my friend there. And then I asked my friend about this experience. She said that it's completely fine. It's okay. You can do it as well. And okay. I thought that it will be interesting experience.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thanks for your time. And definitely your experience today you shared will definitely meaningful to our study in Korea dreamers. And especially definitely for Russian GKS dreamers. So yeah, it means a lot to them. All right. Thanks everybody. That's it for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. It means a lot to me. Thanks for watching. Now, enjoy your stay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.